Hello my friends, welcome to the iSmart. My name is Ali. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the screen on iPhone 7, not the 7 Plus. So to replace the screen on this iPhone, we will need a new screen. As you see, we have it here, and you will need a tripod or tri-pins screwdriver. This the tip on this one, it has 3 pins. Okay, so it's like a Mercedes logo, so make sure you have the right screw. And also we'll need a pentalobe screwdriver. It's a star, 5 pins, and it's very small. And we will need a Phillips screwdriver, which is the regular screwdriver. Also we will need IC Samo, this IC Sami or IC Samo, and we will need like plastic like this one. Alright, so let's start. By the way, this is the first time I'm replacing the screen on this iPhone, so bear with me. Let's do it successfully. First thing we need to do, we need to turn off the phone. Okay, and we will start by opening the 2 screws here in the bottom. As usual, all the iPhones, they have 2 screws in the bottom here. We are using the pentalobe screwdriver. Here you are, the 2 screws are out. Make sure when you take the screws off, put them organized in front of you, so when you put them back you will not have any problem. So the second thing, after I remove the 2 screws in the bottom here, I will use the IC Samo and I will try to insert it here and pry like this. I will slide the IC Samo between the frame and the glass. I prepare this plastic thing here to see it may work better than the IC Samo. There is like glue holding the screen. I mean, it's like sealing here. It keeps the screen like waterproof. I mean, keeps the phone waterproof. So as you see, I'm sliding this plastic here. I saw some people using the IC Samo. The IC Samo is a metallic, this one. I think it's better to just make a gap with this one and finish the job with the plastic. Alright, so now I will release the top side here using the same plastic tool. Sometimes if the plastic is very weak for this, you can use the IC Samo. I'm just trying to figure out what will be the best tool to do it. So we may use the plastic and the IC Samo at the same time. And now once this one is released from here, as you see, so I will open it like a book this way. Before, the screens they opened from down to the top like this, but now this will be opened this way. Slide the screen, by the way, I just figured it out. Slide the screen a little bit down slide it down, and after that you open it. So if you are like doing this repair, make sure you watch the whole video, and after that you will have an idea about all the steps, so you can follow the video step by step later. So now the phone is open like this. So what I'm gonna do, I will disconnect these cables. So I will start with this cable here because it looks like it's weak and I don't wanna like break it. Let me see what kind of screws there. So it's Phillips screwdriver here. There is like a bracket, as you see here. So this bracket has one screw here and another one here. Take the bracket and put it exactly with the screws. And now it's time to use your nail and disconnect the cable, this cable here. As you see, it's disconnected. So the second thing, I will take this bracket off, and here where we're gonna use the tri-pin screwdriver. So keep the screws organized, don't mix them up because they are not the same. Some of them they are longer than the other ones. And we can remove this bracket from here, and now it's time to disconnect these cables. This is one and this is two, and now the screen is released. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna test this new screen first before we glue everything back, before we transfer all the things from this one to this. All right, so now I will remove this plastic, I mean the tape which is holding the cables to not get damaged. By the way, these cables are very weak, they are like paper, they can tear down easy, so make sure to handle them with care, okay? So the first thing, I will connect these two cables. And I will turn on the phone. Just to make sure the screen is working perfectly. Here you go. As you see, the screen is on and everything is good. So I'm gonna turn it off and transfer the other component to the new screen. So I will disconnect this cable. Always handle the cables carefully. So now what I'm gonna do, I will transfer the component from this one to this. Sometimes the screen comes with like some plastic covering the lenses. As you see, this blue plastic, I need to remove it from here. This plastic is just protecting the screen from the dust. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the earpiece. We have this bracket here, has like mini screws on it. Okay, so this bracket has 3 screws, one here, so this is one, and another one in the other side here. Always the screws on the iPhone, they are in different shapes, in different lengths. Make sure don't mix them, okay? So now after I remove this bracket, I will just lift up the camera, and the earpiece still have another screw here holding it. And another one here, so 2 screws. So I will leave them with the earpiece. In this place here, I will remove this, and we have a cable. Let me show you clearly. So this cable here, you see the 4 dots. This one, it should be like lifted up from its place. So for this, I will use these tweezers, and I will insert it underneath this cable, and make sure don't poke the cable, don't rip it or damage it. If you think you cannot like lift it up gently, perfectly, you can use the heat gun and heat up this cable before you start lifting it up. Alright guys, I see like something wrong with the camera. It's divided in 2 parts for some reason, so I will let me finish it just like this. So make sure you lift up this cable carefully from here. I hope you see everything clearly. For some reason my camera stopped, got divided by 2, and I don't wanna like repeat. So I'm using the heat gun to heat up this part here. Yeah, heat up this part and lift up this cable gently. Make sure don't use any force. Here you go, the cable is released. So now I'm gonna just put the cable back into its place, but before I put it back, I will take these gaskets, the proximity sensor gasket, it's right here, and I will transfer it to the new one. And the camera gasket also. So this little plastic here should be back in its place. Make sure you put it correctly here. There is like one side here, it's like it has a curve where the screw spot is, so make sure you put it perfectly. So now I will put this cable back. Starting with the proximity sensor. I'm sorry for the picture. I'm just gonna like finish this repair, and I promise you I will make another video with good quality. So this is like just a temporary video. Alright, so the cable sticks here very well now. So after that I will put, now first I need to make sure this cable here, it has like two open holes here. They must be matching with the holes on the frame. I need to connect these two first. Alright, so now I will put the earpiece, and I flip this cable on the top of the earpiece and hold it, and now it's time for the screws. So there are like two screws for the earpiece. I put them here. Here is one. I need to magnetize this screw. I mean screwdriver. If the screw is not magnetized, it's gonna be very hard for you to grab the screws. So the first thing, I will put the screws for the which are holding the earpiece. We have another screw here in the other screen, so I will transfer this screw to the new one. It's just holding small bracket. Alright, I have an issue here. I see like I have a missing screw. What is it? I don't know. So that screw is holding holding the earpiece, down. Alright, so now I'm gonna put this bracket on the top here. Okay, I put the 2 screws back and I make sure everything is perfectly here, and I still have one missing screw. I don't know where is it. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, it's not really important, so I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the screw back, continue the repair. So this is the home button here. The home button has 4 screws, 1 2 3 4. I need to take these screws perfectly, carefully from here, and also these screws here, they are tri-pin, so I'm using the tri-pin screwdriver. Here's 1 2, keep them in order, 3 4. So the bracket is removed from here, and here underneath we have a cable. This cable needs to be disconnected. And before I disconnect that cable, I need to make sure I don't damage it. Okay, so before I do that, I will open these screws here and remove this bracket first using the tri-pin screwdriver. All these screws, they are the same, by the way. The screws which are holding this bracket from the sides, they are the same. Okay, so once I lift up this, I'm gonna heat up this part here, because I need to release the cables. These cables, I need to release them. Okay, I use the heat gun. Okay, so the bracket is removed. Okay, here we have this cable here. Here in this piece we have 2 cables connected together, so I'm gonna separate them gently. I don't want to damage anything here, by the way. So okay, as you see, they are separated. So now I can push the home button out from here, but before I I need to release this cable also. I will use the IC sumo and insert it underneath this cable and try to pry up till I release it. As you see, so it's released. So now this cable gonna go inside here, and I will do the same thing to put it back here. This is new screen. I will do the same thing like this. So it has a plastic from here. As you see, insert it from here, and I will make sure this cable is perfectly set here in its place. As you see, when you are like removing the parts from here, try to remember your steps so you're not gonna get lost. Alright, so I connect the cable now, and the second thing I will do, I will put this bracket back. Habibi. So I have here one small mistake, so I'm gonna remove the bracket screw here, because I remember this bracket, this one was underneath. You see the place here, this spot here, it was underneath the screw here, so I'm not gonna just put it there, but I have to do it perfectly. Alright, now I'm putting the screw back. Okay, now I'm putting the bracket, this home button bracket, I'm putting it back, so it has like 4 screws, and I'm gonna use this new screwdriver. I will magnetize it first. Alright, so now I'm gonna put the screws in the sides here. I'm sorry you are seeing only half of the screen. I'm really sorry, but I wanna finish this repair. And once I get another repair, I will make sure it's recorded perfectly, because this is like just the first time I'm doing it. So next time I will do it more professionally. But just because I don't want a lot of people, they are asking about how to replace the screen on the iPhone 7, so that's the reason why I'm posting this video. So I put all the screws on the sides, as you see here. So we have three screws here, and 3 on the other side here. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I think now everything is back. So it's time for me to connect the cables. So I will start by connecting these cables here. Make sure the cables are matching 100% with the connection on the motherboard, and after that you snap them with little force. If you see like the cable is not like connecting perfectly or clipping good, make sure don't just keep forcing it. So now it's time for this bracket. I'm gonna put it right here on the top, and I will start putting the screws. Some screws are small, some of them are big, are taller. Okay, so I connect this bracket here. Now I'm gonna connect the the earpiece cable. Which is right here. This cable is tricky a little bit, so make sure don't damage it. So now it's time for this bracket.